Hi everyone, in today's video I have another Topic Tuesday for you, and today's topic is favorite nail care items. I thought that this was an interesting topic because I do get questions about products I like to use on my nails, like base coats, top coats, things like that. So I figured I'll go ahead and just do this and show you guys things that I like or that work for me. Just keep in mind though that as far as polish goes and base coats and top coats, stuff like that is all very I want to say like personal body chemistry plays a big role and things like that. So just because something works really great for one person doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work great for another person. And sometimes these kind of things, like finding what really works for you, takes a lot of trial and error. So if you are having a hard time like getting your polish to last, or with like chips and breaking, be patient and try different products to find what works best for you. So just keep that in mind. The first thing I'm going to talk about is my favorite cuticle remover. So I like to use Blue Cross cuticle remover. This you can get at Sally's. I was using the Sally Hansen green one, but I feel like I like this better. I think it removes more of the dead skin around the cuticles. And then I also use this for pedicure. I fill up where I'm going to soak with warm water and then put some of this into the warm water and soak my feet with this in there. And it does kind of help remove a lot of dead skin from areas besides the cuticle. The only thing I wish is this consistency of this was just a little tiny bit thicker. It is kind of runny, but what I usually just do is open up and then kind of like pour into the palm and then, you know, kind of pull it out and rub around the cuticles. So I actually have one of my first videos was a paint my nails with me video, and you can see more of how I use this. If you're interested in that video, I'll link that down below. So Blue Cross, available at Sally's. The Sally Hansen one with the green gel is good. I just, for me personally, feel like this removes more of the dead cuticle. And then next thing is remover. I don't have any favorite brand, but I do always use pure acetone. I feel like with pure acetone you get the best cleanup around the cuticles. And let me show you what else I use for cuticle cleanup. So I bought this little tiny shot glass looking cup at Sally's. I fill this up with acetone, and then I use my e.l.f. concealer brush. If you can see that there. I buy these at Walmart for $1, and then I just, after my nails are done, I dip the brush in the acetone in the cup and then just get really close around the cuticle there with it. So this will also be in the Paint My Nails With Me video if you're interested, but I feel like pure acetone works best for that. If you use the no acetone remover, it just doesn't work as well. Acetone is very drying, so you do have to do cuticle oil and moisturizing, and then also oil the nails. But this works the best in my opinion, and this cleanup brush has been a game changer for me. I had a different cleanup brush before, and this one is way easier to use. I like the size of gap it leaves between the polish and the cuticle, so, and they're $1. And the acetone doesn't like eat up the bristles right away or anything like that, so for $1, if you have not tried this, I would definitely go and pick one up. They have them at Walmart or Target. So the other favorite thing I have is my favorite base coat. I use Beauty Secrets base coat from Sally's. This is the only base coat I've ever tried. I think it works well for me. I usually change out polish twice a week, but during times when I don't have time for that, I can pretty much go a full week without chips. And this also helps with staining. So if you haven't tried a base coat or you're looking for a base coat, I do like this one. Base coats are something that I say are very personal, and body chemistry does play in, but I've had no issues with this. It's easy to find and it's not expensive. And then I'm kind of on the fence about this one, you guys. So I bought Nail Tech 2, and it says Ridge Filler. And it's for soft peeling nails. So I tend to get towards the edge of the nail where like little parts of the nail peel off, and then the tip of the nail gets weak and I get breaks. So I decided to try this. A couple of people suggested this to me, and I don't know. So my nails are fairly long now, but I had them a little longer than this at the beginning of the year, and then I had one small break that I was able to, you know, kind of file in, not so noticeable, and then the next day I had 3 breaks all in one day. And so I, you know, had to go totally down to, you know, right, you know, above the tip of the finger. I mean, they were really short, and it's taken me a very long time to get some length back. I have had a ton of peelies and like little tiny breaks on the tips of the nails. It's been extremely dry where I live, so I know that has played a role, but I'm not sure, like, would it be worse if I weren't using this, or is this just not helping? So I'm gonna keep trying to use it and see if I notice like a considerable difference as time goes on. So I don't say this is a favorite. I have tried it. I don't totally recommend it yet because I'm not sure. I do use it, so I thought I would talk about it. The other favorite thing I have is my favorite top coat, and I love Sèche Vite. This is a fast drying top coat. It has to be applied to wet polish in order for the drying to be quick. This dries super fast. It's super glossy. The only problem that I have with this is, you know, once you get down to maybe about here with use, it requires a lot of thinner. So Kenny Nicole on her I love nail polish tag video mentioned that she uses Posh, I think, and she said that that does not have the issue that the Sèche Vite has. So I may pick up a bottle of Posh to try, but the look that the Sèche Vite gives the nails is like glass. So I just love that look. So I don't know if I will ever totally get away from Sèche Vite, but I am going to try a couple of other ones to see if they're not as finicky as far as the thickness goes the more you use. So, and then speaking of thinner, my favorite thinner is Orly nail lacquer thinner. I always buy this at Sally's. Sally's has its own Beauty Secrets of nail polish thinner, and I had bought that because it was cheaper, and then people were saying that when they put the thinner in glitter, it was eating up the glitter, and so I didn't want to risk that. So I still have some of that thinner left, and I use that in my cream polishes, but in glitters, hollows, any of my indies, I only use the Orly because I have not had any issues with it. So once that other bottle's gone, I will not repurchase that, and I will stick strictly to Orly nail polish thinner. If you have never used polish thinner, you can stick this in any polish that is too thick to apply. I usually put in about 5 drops and then kind of shake it up, let it sit for maybe like 10 to 15 minutes, and then see if it's a consistency I like. I've also had glitters that have like all of the base has evaporated off. For that, you need a lot more drops of thinner. You're looking at maybe, you know, 30 drops, and then you shake up and it is able to like get the glitter back to life. And usually what happens there is you don't have the cap of your polish tightened on all the way, and air's gotten in and helped the base evaporate. So another thing that the thinner is good for, I'm not always super good about this, but if you put it on a like a piece of felt or like those big round cotton pads, and then let me show you here, you open up the polish and you clean all of this threading on the bottle, and that helps you get a really tight seal so that your polishes don't dry up so much, and you can use thinner for that. I do not recommend using acetone to do that. I know some people do, but if you get acetone in the bottle, it can ruin your polish. Never use acetone to thin your polish. Never, ever, ever. I've seen them do it at the nail salon, and I've seen people recommend it online. Over time, this will kill your polish. At first, it may not even be bad, but eventually the polish will go bad. If you use nail polish thinner instead, I have polishes in my collection that I've had since I was in high school. I won't tell you how long ago that was, but it's been a while, and so nail polish thinner is the way to go for that. That was a rant, I'm sorry, but I always feel bad when people get misinformation or like see stuff at the nail salon and think they should do that kind of stuff at home. I'm just trying to help you save your polish. never use acetone to thin polish. Okay, rant over. Another couple of things I like is my crystal file. So my husband ordered me these crystal files off of Amazon, and it came with this size, which is my most favorite size, and then it also had a little travel size, which was maybe like this big. I keep that at my desk at work in case I have like an emergency break at work, so that I can file down right away and not risk any more damage. And then it also came with like a way bigger like thicker one, and I use that for my pedicures. So I love this file, you guys. Love, love, love. If I can help it, I try to never cut my nails down and always file. And I also only try to file in one direction. So if you're wondering what that means, I don't saw across my nail like this. I do one direction only. Or I try to. I'm not always, you know, super perfect about it. If I do have, you know, like long like this, and then I get a like a way low break, I will clip down and then file. But if it's, you know, just taking down a little bit of length, I file. And I don't use metal files on my nails, and I don't use emery boards on my nails. I only use crystal files. The other thing I like is this cuticle pusher. It's just the red plastic tip here. I use this on my toes for pedicures and on my hands for manicures. And after I apply the Blue Cross remover and I kind of like rub that in, I go in very gently with the red stick and push the cuticle back. If you're a little bit nervous for this, I do sometimes just push back with my other nail also. So, you know, this isn't totally necessary, but I do like mine. And I feel like on the pedicures, this is very helpful on the toes, getting those cuticles back. Just because the toes, you know, just the toes are a little more rough than the hands, obviously, because they're your feet. And if you're wearing sandals, they get pretty beat up. Then the last thing I want to talk to you about, this is obviously not to be used on your nails, but I love this thing. It is the Amanpour Pedi Perfect, and I have been using this for my pedicures, and I'm in love. My dad bought this for me, and it's amazing. So let me just turn it on for you real quick. This thing spins, and then you just kind of run it along your heels and your feet. I would not get this close to your nails. It would probably mess them up, but it gets rid of the dead skin like very nicely without all the, you know, like really hard work of the scrubbing, which I was doing before with like those bigger foot files. So I'm really liking this. I'm not sure how long this like little thing here will last. They do sell replacements, but I've given myself, I believe, 4 pedicures since the summer's been going on, and I really like it. And then I use it in between too. So I try to do a pedicure every other week. Sometimes that doesn't work out, but sometimes I'll just sit and do this, and then, you know, after I get out of the shower, moisturize my feet. I'm in love, you guys. I don't know how much these cost. I did not buy it for myself, but there's several different brands of them, and I think it's worth the money. I am loving this. Make sure to do it either outside or maybe like in the shower before you turn the water on, because it is very messy. It makes a lot of dust. I know that's gross because it's like dead skin dust, but I would recommend that just to everybody. Then another thing I want to talk to you about is cuticle oil. I had mentioned earlier about oiling my nails. So usually what I do is I remove my old polish, and then I do the Blue Cross. I push the cuticles back, and then after I rinse off my hands, I put cuticle oil all over my cuticle area, and I rub into my actual nails, and then I let that sit for a few minutes. And then after that sits in for maybe like 10 minutes, I come in with a paper towel and I just wipe off the extra. I do not clean the nail with acetone after that. And I don't have any problems. So if you try it and you do have problems, it just may not work for you. But I have really been liking doing that. I feel like the oil really like soaks into the nail and kind of strengthens it. And I don't have a bottle of my favorite cuticle oil here at home. I took it to work because I tend to use cuticle oil more at work. So after I wash my hands at work, I come back to my desk, I put in my cuticle oil, work it in, and put on my hand lotion. The more moisturization you do to your hands, the better they will be. And the more moisturized your cuticles are, I think the better nail growth you get. It's been so dry here where I live. It is literally killing my nails, killing my skin, killing my hair. So any little bit of extra moisturizing I can do myself is good. So, but I will show it to you on my phone. It's called California Mango Cuticle Oil. There's a picture of it. That looks horrid, but you can kind of get an idea. It's called California Mango Cuticle Oil. I buy it at Sally's Beauty, and you guys, it smells amazing. I love how it feels like it absorbs into the skin and really sinks in and like gets the moisture to where you need it. I do not have a favorite lotion. I pretty much buy stuff at Bath and Body Works, order things from Avon, buy stuff at Walmart, and whatever I have around is what I use. I've thought about maybe looking into a little bit better hand cream, but for the time being I have not done that. So if anyone has any good hand cream recommendations, leave them in the comments down below and I will definitely look into them, because that is something I have been thinking about. Like maybe I need to buy a better quality lotion. So that is all I have for this Topic Tuesday. I hope you enjoyed looking at some of my favorite nail care products and some of my tips. If you want to watch my video, Paint My Nails with me, you will see how I use all of these products to do my manicures. Not an expert. I do my own nails at home, but I have been doing my own nails for probably 9 years, and I've gone through a lot of trial and error, and I do think, there's always room for improvement, but I'm pretty happy with my application and the finished look, and I'm also fairly happy with my wear time. So I'll post a picture at the end of this video showing you my before when I first got into polish, and some of my after manicures, and then you can just see the improvements in the look of the application and the length of my nails and the shaping and all of that stuff. And speaking of shaping, I do have a tip for that also. I just thought about that. So what I do is I file my nails before I remove my old polish. And I really think that that helps me, because I have a couple of nails that do really want to grow out weird shaped, and it's these two on both hands. They like to grow out a little bit just weird. So when I have the old polish on, I file with that on, and it really helps me see the shape that I'm giving to the nails. And so that is one tip that I think really, really has helped me with my shaping. Not that they're perfect, but it has helped a bunch, because before I would have a lot of like just weird, and it still happens, but it's not as obvious. I would have like one really, really short, one really, really long, or like just weird edges. And then if you have the nails that want to grow in just strangely, the painted nails does help. So that's another tip for you guys. So I think that's it. I think I'm done for sure now. I could talk about this kind of stuff all day. I really just like it. So that is it for today's video. If you like this video, please make sure to click the like button down below. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you're having a great day.